Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today, the video is going to be about, why I think it was so hard for me to stop using. So by the way, my name is Allie. If you don't know me, my name is Allie. I'm a recovering heroin addict, and I love making videos, to get my story out there and talk about addiction and, to let people know that they're not alone and that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to let people know what you're going through and what your thoughts are. Okay, so let's just hop right into it. By the way, I'm in my car because it's loud inside. My boyfriend has his friends over. So, of course, I can't film in there. But I thought it was, pretty nice out today. So, what's better than some natural lighting and a car talk? Okay, so, let's just get into it. I think that, it was so hard for me to stop using heroin because, I used drugs for a really long time. I started smoking weed when I was 13 years old, so now I'm 23. So I've been using drugs for 10 years. And I think that plays a lot into who I am as a person, why I am the way I am, why I think the way I do, why I make the decisions I make, and so on and so forth. So, I learned pretty much from the time that I hit puberty that when I was upset, when I was sad, when I was mad, when I was happy, no matter, excuse me, by the way, oh my God, I just ate a McFlurry, but, pretty much whenever I felt a strong emotion, I, used drugs as a means of comfort. I used drugs to, make me feel better when I was sad. I used drugs to celebrate when I was happy. And I think that plays a really big role in the fact why I used for so long. And I've always liked downers more than uppers, I think, because, I wouldn't say that I am super shy, but I'm also not super outgoing. Like I said in other videos, I've always had a close friend group. I wasn't really popular in school. I wasn't really a class clown. I wasn't out there like that. I kept to myself a lot, but I was pretty well liked, but pretty much I minded my business, and I kept the friends that I did have. I hung out with them. So, I think that as a, when I was 13 and 14, I felt alone, in, a lot of ways that, I thought that the way I felt, I wasn't supposed to feel that way. I felt different than a lot of kids my age, I did know a lot of people that smoked weed when I was younger, 13 and 14, but also a lot of people didn't. And I got judged a lot for that. And as I got older, the drugs got harder. The friends that I did have weren't really into drugs. They drank and stuff, but they were never into drugs like I was into drugs. So we ended up drifting apart, and I ended up getting new friends that liked doing what I like doing. And I think, that comfort that I got from heroin from the first time that I tried it, And by the way, I am not glorifying or glamorizing heroin use at all. Do not take that from what I'm about to say. The first time I did heroin, it felt absolutely amazing. I had never felt anything like it. It's like all of my worry just melted away. It felt like somebody put a heating blanket and wrapped it around my soul. I felt like a baby all waddled up, you know, like in a swaddle, being held by, you know, by your mom. It felt like just like the most comfort you could possibly feel. And I fell in love with that. And I got really addicted to that feeling. And that feeling lasted quite a while. Every time I'd get high, I'd get that feeling. But slowly, I started having to do more and more to achieve that feeling, which meant more money and more stress, more problems. And also, I was sick faster and all of that. But I still, even though I wasn't getting as high, and it took a lot for me to get high after years, I was still chasing that high that I got in the beginning. Excuse me again. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, my God. But I kept chasing that high, hoping that I could get it. And, you know, it never really, it would happen once in a while if it was really strong stuff. But like people say, chasing the dragon, you're kind of just chasing that high nonstop to feel what you felt in the beginning because it was so amazing. So you get stuck in that cycle. And like I said, heroin ended up being my comfort. It ended up being my celebration drug. It was anything that happened, I use that as an excuse to use heroin. What else was I going to say? So, oh my God, I just drew a blank. I'm so sorry, guys. So, pretty much, since it was my comfort, that made it very hard for me to quit. And since I was isolating myself because of my drug use, I was really embarrassed and ashamed of my drug use. So I did not want to be around anybody. I also didn't want to be around friends that would try to talk me out of using, or, you know, I didn't want to be around anybody that would make me feel bad for doing what I was doing. And I didn't want to be put in any situation that would make me uncomfortable or make me feel worse than I already felt. I just wanted to use by myself and relax and not hear shit from anybody, to be honest. So that's what I did, and I ended up being very alone and isolated. I did not leave the house. I really, I did work, and then I'd come home and do pretty much nothing, and I lost, all my friends, all of my connections, and all of that. So it kind of like was my best friend. It was my best friend, and I thought it was my soulmate, like all in one. And that's like really like sad to say, but I feel like a lot of other people can relate. Heroin was my other half when I had nobody, when I, was upset. Heroin would lay down in bed with me, and it was always there. It was always there for me when I had nobody else. And that's like the sad truth of addiction. And I'm sure a lot of other addicts can relate to that. And I think that's why it's so hard to let go. Other than the fact that, you do get sick and you do have terrible cravings. The sickness is very unbearable. I can go into depth about the sickness even more if you guys want. The worst part of the sickness for me was that feeling in your stomach where you can't sit still. It's like a constant pulling in your stomach to where you know, your legs don't stop moving, you can't stop moving, and all you want to do is like run a mile, but all you want to do is sleep. It's the weirdest feeling ever. And when you have that feeling, you'll do anything to go get high. So other than the sickness, I think the comfort aspect and feeling like you have nobody else prolongs your addiction. But like I said, you know, I got to a point where I wasn't getting high anymore. It wasn't fun anymore. It was, you know, constant torture. So that's why I ended up quitting. But I think that's why, you know, I always went back, because, you know, I thought that I would be, you know, stronger this time around, or, you know, I could just do it once and then not again. I just want to feel it one more time, just one more time. And, you know, just one more time is never enough. It really isn't. What's that saying in NA? One is too many and 1,000 is never enough. It's very true. So, I think that's really all I have to say, about that. So, that is pretty much why, you know, I stuck around so long in my addiction. You know, I'm sure there's more to it, but as of right now, that is all I have to say about that. I hope that you guys can relate and maybe find some relief in knowing that you're not alone in this journey, and that if I can get clean, then you can do it. Trust me, because I swore that I would never get clean. I swore that I would choose heroin over everybody and everything. I swore that I would never let go of my comfort, my best friend. I swore that I would go to the ends of the earth for heroin to always be with me. And I'm so happy I'm out of that mindset, and I'm actually starting to see how beautiful life can be. And if you're struggling, I hope that you end up seeing the light at the end of this tunnel too. I love you guys. Like I said, you can message me on Facebook at Allie Haight, H-A-I-G-H-T, if you have any questions, or if you have any video ideas, that would be awesome. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow, and I love you so much. Please like and subscribe and share this video where you can to potentially save somebody's life. Thank you.